Hello, this is Erin Noel, and I am also the voice of Alita. I know the struggle is so real out there, and this is why I'm coming forward to say that despite all the positive, beautiful things that we can be doing, that we're sparked by creativity and imagination to rise up and provide new services, to see this as an opportunity for growth, to really get to know your center and begin to answer your soul in so many different ways. That there's this rainbow and roses and sunshine picture to all of this. But I'm here to say that we can't just focus on that side. We can't just apply the sunshine and roses into the challenges that we're experiencing right now. That we must see the other parts of ourselves, the other parts of the situations at hand that are really stemming from deeply seated root causes that we just didn't see before, but now they're being identified and they're being intensified by the circumstances at hand here, by being in quarantine, by not knowing maybe what's going to happen with jobs and income, and having the craziness of everyone in the house and e-learning and homeschooling and kids underfoot. Like, there is so much that's being highlighted right now, and we must get into these deeper, darker aspects to the situation at hand, not just in addition to the rainbows and roses, but they actually must be faced and understood first in order for the transformations, the beautiful outcomes to happen, for the great inspirations to really come into full blossom from this. We can't just apply the good and the sparkly and the feel good and the good mindset and the positive thinking and all that. We actually need to understand why we're in this heightened space, why you're standing back in your kitchen right now just astonished by what you're seeing in front of you. Like, you're at each other's throats. The kids are driving you crazy. You actually feel this anxiety inside that you're like, I shouldn't feel this. Like, I'm an evolved person. I've done a ton of personal development. I have a good mindset. I have great practices to ground myself, but why the heck am I feeling so anxious right now and worried and just troubled, like really, truly affected by the state of this house, by the conversations, the triggers are happening. So I'm saying this because, one, from personal experience of what I just had happen in my own life today, but two, that I have this knowing that this part must be addressed, that you must understand why these things are coming up in your life, why they actually are being identified and at a heightened state right now. It's not because of just the situation of being in quarantine. It's not just because of the world media news about the virus. This is because there's other things that were already there that were just so conveniently hidden, but you didn't have to face them. And now these things are really rising up and they're in your face. So you can apply as much like rainbows and roses to it, to resolve it, to get through it. But until you actually get to I would say, these places you don't really want to sit with, that might be uncomfortable, that might be hidden in the shadows, that must be seen and identified first in order for you to really get to this resolution, for you to actually feel like you're in your power, secure, being able to make wise, calculated, but graceful and in strength decisions, be able to navigate conversations, be able to make decisions that are good for the whole, to understand how you can put down the baggage of your own agenda and really come to this open space with vulnerability and courage to be able to navigate and address what's really at hand. Just a few hours ago, I was faced with one of the hardest incidents of this epidemic, because my ex-husband all of a sudden said on our transfer day, I don't know if I should take the kids. Like, I have someone who's a coworker in my life who just passed away from this. What do we do? And so we had to be willing to put down the baggage of who wants the kids and our own emotions about wanting to see our kids and make decisions that are good for the whole. But we've the only way you can do that for yourself too is to understand how to access this empowered part of you and not be at the mercy of your circumstances, to not feel like this judgment or criticism or defensiveness or any of that come into play. You can strip all that away. You've already stripped all that away. So when you come into face-to-face, like, this is an alarming situation right now. This is calling us to make the most wise decision for the whole. And the only way you can do that is if you've been able to look at those darker aspects already to understand how you can operate in your power. And, I'm holding a masterclass tomorrow, and that's why I'm speaking about this, because tomorrow we're going to dive into what is actually happening. Why is it that you're still filled with this anxiety despite all the personal work you've done? Why is it that you're at each other's throats? Why is it that the kids are driving you crazy? Why is it that you feel you can't even stand your family? Like, you're appalled by this truth, like this real emotion you're experiencing right now. It's important that you understand why these things are there, because they came from things way back that you just were able to dismiss because you didn't have to face it. And now it's right in your face. So it's time to face it. It's time to go into these dark places so that then, now, the rainbows and the roses can be applied, because you've actually healed, you've actually understood, you've actually resolved what was really the core root issue. So you're healed there, you come to a neutrality and a strength there. You're able to communicate with your partner in ways that are just extraordinary, places that you guys never were able to practice before, but now you can practice. And how you handle your kids, how you don't have to just juggle your emotions. It's not about just getting temporary relief anymore, but how you can actually steadily move through the home, how you get the respect, how you get the listening ear, how you all come together with a consideration and a care for another. You learn how to lead this space. You learn how to set the energy, because it's something that you didn't actually have an understanding before. And that's why everything's in disarray. That's why the simplest decisions, the simplest conversations seem like the most tiresome and the most troubling. So let's get to the root of things so that you don't continue to live out this quarantine, this lockdown, this pandemic, the way that you are right now. Let's get to the resolution so that you can really feel in your skin, that you can feel this gracefulness. You can actually find a happiness. You can find this deep connection with your loved ones, even now. And not just on the couple hours you're able to find it in before, but you can actually have this amazing experience and relationship with your family as a whole now, 24/7. So reach out to me. You're going to have a link here. Well, not a link yet, but you can send me a personal message that you want to be a part of this masterclass. You're ready to get into these darker places that must be addressed so that then you can go and apply the rainbows and roses and create and run with these inspirations from this opportunity that really is here in front of you. And I will give you a link then to the masterclass. We will convene tomorrow, which is Tuesday, the 31st, at 10:30 in the morning. So you'll get a link so you can join that group. We're going to convene in a closed space so that you can open up and share privately and really get the answers that are required. You can understand what's happening, you know what next steps, you know what to do next. Okay, so I'm going to leave you now, and I look forward to seeing you actually tomorrow in this masterclass and get you in this place that's really going to allow you to enjoy this time and to not have it be where you're pulling your hair out and the simplest conversations and decisions are just like beyond. We're going to make it where you actually get to move through this gracefully and lead your family with a steadiness and a happiness, and your relationships are going to deepen and get better. But like I said, that can't happen until we look at these deeper rooted things that exist and you have an understanding of really what's happening. So I look forward to talking to you again very soon.